What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Factory Rack Garage. Got something for you guys today. It's my son's 95 F-150 short bed, 2-wheel drive. So a few weeks ago, my son took this on vacation, long trip, and ended up on the way back, spit the U-joints out of the dry shaft. So dropped the dry shaft going down the expressway, ended up having to buy a new dry shaft, or actually had one made. And I'll show you why. So this is his transmission. I think these are called the M50D, I think they're called. 5-speed, basically with a granny gear. So you may be asking, well, what's the problem? Well, that's the problem. So this is where the crack had started, right here, and it went all the way up. Now I don't know exactly if it was already all cracked or not. It looked like a fresh crack. I don't know if the dry shaft coming out did it or if that was the cause of it, because we had noticed that there was several of the bell housing bolts were actually loose. Transmission was actually coming off of the motor. So we found a few issues. I also think that this is a 92 transmission. So I think that this was possibly put in, so this could have been a few of our problems. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get this set up. We're going to see if we can weld this bell housing. Obviously you can see that this isn't a removable bell housing, so either we have to buy a whole new transmission or I have to make this work. I got the stuff here to do this, so let's go ahead and try this. It's not going to hurt. It's not the first transmission that's been welded up. My son went through, cleaned this all up a little bit to help with decontamination or contamination. So one of the first things we did is wanted to get the whole area that was around this clean as much as we can, which this isn't completely done yet, but we're going to go through and we're going to basically polish all the edges. We're going to clean all this, degrease everything around here. This is obviously aluminum, so this needs to be cleaned extremely well. And then we're going to set it up on the table. So I'm going to flip this up, stand it up, so this can be sit down on the table like this, and we can anchor it down, weld it up. That way it doesn't move. I want to make sure that this surface right here, obviously when it bolts, I want to make sure that this surface here, obviously when it bolts to the back of the block, is flat, it's not bent or anything like that, to put any more stress on the welds that we would have to. So we're gonna get this set up, show you what we got going on.
You've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin, and I know it's never gonna end, 'cause you've been a good friend.
Alright, I'm back. I was going to tip it up, lay it down flat on the table, but the output shaft was sticking out too far, so I couldn't do it. So the only other options I had were drill a hole in my table, which I didn't really want to do, or block it up. I don't have any precision blocks or anything like that, so it'd be kind of pointless to just put blocks of wood or something underneath of it. So then I decided I'd go ahead and try to pull out the output shaft because I thought it would just come right out. So I took everything all off of there, and the output shaft does not just come out. So another plan. So this is what I got now. Piece of thick steel, bunch of clamps. I think that that's going to work. So right now I got this pulled in here, which tightens this gap up. Well, when I did that, it kind of pushed it up here a little bit. So I clamped this first, then did this one, which kind of pulled it in there pretty tight. It's pretty flat here. I still have a little bit of a gap here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple tacks up here just to hold it. Now obviously you guys can see this isn't gouged out yet, and that's fine. I want to get it tacked in place, and then I'm going to go through and I'm going to gouge it out. It is pretty clean in there though. So we'll have to still have the gap here. So what I'll do is I'm going to put a couple tacks up here, and then I'm going to bring my clamps down and I'm going to pull this in. So this has got another crack right here, and it goes through into here, or up to here, sorry, see it right here. So when I laid this broken piece right here on my flat table, it actually had a little bit of a bow coming up here, which is probably from the crack right here. So that's why we have this here, because this is kind of pushing out this, which is bringing that out. So what we'll do is we'll clamp this here after we get it tacked up there. That will bring this back in straight, and then we'll gouge out all this stuff right here, and we'll weld it all up. I'll also be doing the inside too. So you also seen me cleaning this with a little bit of brake clean, just to try to get as much, and I was using a wire brush. So with aluminum, in case you don't know, you should always use a clean stainless steel wire brush, and you should actually label it aluminum, so you don't use it on anything else, because you don't want to get the contaminants in it. Now you also see me using a Scotch-Brite and all that stuff. I was just getting it the best I could. We'll see how it welds. It's not a perfect scenario, perfect situation, but I think we can make it work. Welding with the hobo freight here, ProTig 200. So me setting my amps at 160. I think I got I got the pulse off. I got the AC frequency on 70, doing the 70-30. Try to get a little bit more cleaning action going on, and then my hertz set at 100 because I'm doing thicker material. I'm doing a blue 2% lanthanated, I think it was here, 2% lanthanated, which is good for aluminum. So yeah, so let's get set up, let's get a few tacks on, and see how this goes. All right, so battery died a few different times, but you guys get the gist of it. So I did have to adjust the settings and stuff like that. When I first started out, it wasn't wanting to clean, it wasn't wanting to do anything. So I switched up from a 3/32 tungsten up to an 1/8 inch, and everything worked a lot better after that. And I actually changed from the 2% thoriated to I think it's a 2% lanciated, the gray, and up to the gray. It worked a lot better. Everything still got some porosity, but for what it is, it's good. So and then I went ahead, took a file, and smoothed these all off right here. Turned out good. Here's the top. It doesn't look super pretty in some spots, but if anybody has ever welded this stuff knows that you kind of take what you can get, because it's cast, it's dirty. I'm not going to be smoothing any of this stuff off. I might just knock off a couple high spots or something like that, but other than that, that is completely good. Everything seemed to stay pretty straight. We'll see if it fits. I mean, the only thing I'm really worried about, there's a couple things I couldn't get. So the crack that comes in here and goes into the dowel, I can't get. And I didn't want to actually weld here and take a chance of that dowel not, the hole being messed up. So it's fine. It's way better than it was. It's all in one piece now. So like I said, the only thing that I was really worried about is the dowels being in a different spot. But the good thing is when I jigged it all up, it actually seemed like it was fine. So I'm gonna get this all cleaned up, get new sealant put on all here for the main shaft, and then get this thing start ready to get put back in, and I will give you guys an update when it's all in and let you guys know if it fit. Okay, into the future. Feeling a little better today. I wanted to give an update on the transmission, on the welds and all that stuff. So it's been, I'd say, a month, little over a month, probably a month, maybe a month and a half, I don't know. My son daily drives this to work every day, so it's not like it just sits or anything like that. It's got constant wear and tear on it. So I'll give you guys a peek at what it looks like now and how it's going. Let's see if we can get you down in here. So there's the weld. So everything's been really good. So he hasn't had any problems with it since we did the welding on it. All the vibrations went away. Everything's been great. So I really don't have anything else on that. That is going to be it for me, guys. I hope you guys get something out of this video. If you did, maybe go down and hit the like button, and maybe while you're there, consider subscribing. So it's gonna do it for me. I'll see you guys back here next time on Factory Rack Garage. Later.